Unfortunately, these last couple of weeks with some players going down, you guys have been working overtime probably trying to figure out who's going to be available and scrambling just how, going back to when losing Darren White against Hawaii and you lost 3 guys against San Jose. Now, maybe you get some back. I know you still got to wait and see, but how tough has that been, and how tough was it last week when Mark and Sonny and even DeAndre go out at times and mixing and matching in there? Just how tough has that been?
Well, one, I was really proud of some of the guys that had to go in. Devin Harris had to go in and play nickel Mike, who had no practice reps at it because Jordan Stanard was banged up also, and he was only able to go a few reps in the second half with base defense. So really proud of the effort. I was proud of the guys who scored again 2 weeks in a row on defense, which was kept us in the game.
Right.
And you look back on it, play here, play there. It's a different outcome, but that's the nature of the game. But this week's going to be about leaning on guys. Certain guys are going to be leaned on to make more plays. Because we're going to be without some guys that have made a lot of plays, like Mark, possibly, or Darren White. Has been a big playmaker for us.
Sure. So, who do you maybe lean on a little bit more, Steve? I know it's 11 guys, but who do you maybe lean on a little bit more than one?
Our front four. Got to do a great job, especially against the team we're going to play, who runs the ball very well. And the same thing with Devin Harris. Lucas Waka is now more in the mix. He did a nice job there last week, and hopefully Jordan Stanard is healthy enough to lean on him too. So it's important that we have a good week of practice, get some new faces ready to play, and they step up.
Certainly not asking for game plan, Steve, but when you've lost Darren and you got Jesse back and Tim back there in the safety, and they're learning to play together, and with some of these other guys, does it kind of alter what you can do realistically on defense? You always say, putting these guys in the best position to succeed, but with some of the subs you have to play, and again, it's the next man up mentality, but does it kind of limit some of the things you can do defensively right now, or do you still feel like you can do pretty much what you need to do to have success?
Well, we're going to do what we need to do. We're going to do what we do. I think the mistake some teams make, this part of the season is trying to become something they're not. But I think you got to do a good job of putting your guys in the best position you can for them to be successful. And last week, I thought we did a good job of who we were working with and the experience of some of the positions, trying to put those guys in a position to be successful. And I thought the guys did a decent job last week.
Steve, you've been part of the CSU, this border war rivalry before as assistant at CSU. Now it's your first year on it from this side. If you can, what are some of your border war memories as a coach being down there at CSU, and what are some things, anything that stands out, any particular games or scenarios or anything? What is this rivalry? You know about this because you've seen it. What is this rivalry all about to you?
I know what it means to the state of Wyoming, and I know what it means to CSU also. And it seemed like every one I was a part of was a close game. It was 2 teams going at it as hard as they can. I know last year's wasn't the case, but I know our guys are going to rally this year, and they're going to go down there and play hard. And so that's one I remember. It was a physical game. Every time we lined up against Wyoming, I was at CSU.
Right.
It was a physical game, and I don't see that change.
Is it going to be weird? Look, this is where you're at now, and in coaching, you come and go a lot of times, but to go back down there where you spent a lot of time and obviously had a lot of success with Coach Lubick and that, will that be odd, or is that something you don't really think about too much?
We did it 2 years ago when I was at North Dakota State, so I had those feelings when I went back. It was kind of surreal. We stayed at the same hotel that we stayed at when I was at Colorado State, and we were on the same sideline because they switched sidelines. So it was kind of weird, for lack of a better word.
Right.
So having that opportunity to go back 2 years ago, will certainly make that a little bit different. But it is a little unique driving into that town where you lived 5 years and coached and have memories. But my loyalty is here.
Sure. Are there still fond ties, though? I know they have a different staff, but are you familiar with guys on the staff or even guys you recruited in the past? Are there still some pretty close ties?
The recruits have moved on.
Right.
But a lot of the support staff, trainers, assistant ADs, strength coaches, operations people, those people are all still there. Academic support, they usually get to stay when head coaches move on. But Sonny Lubick, Coach Lubick's a great friend, and he and I stay in contact, as are his sons, Matt and Mark. So I'm looking forward to seeing Coach Lubick.